Around Michigan and through the Great Lakes, 2 canals, and under bridges, we are racing ourselves 1,600 miles to our home port of Seabright, New Jersey. The harsh reality is, we gotta get back to work and make some money, honey. Fellow young cruisers know so many factors are simply out of our control. Will we learn to navigate with ease, or will we need to trim in our expectations? I'm Abby, the artist. And that's Max, the sailor. Together, we've organically blended our independent yet symbiotic passions. Max encouraged me to lean into my art full-time when we moved aboard every day. Although I work with many mediums in our sailboat studio, filming, scripting, editing, etc. is a whole new world. Please bear with us as we continue to evolve. In our last episode, we covered 185 nautical miles during the very first day sailing our ship.
We stopped at the Bayview Yacht Club, had about 5 hummers.
We're headed through Lake Erie to our next destination, Canada. We've completely thrown caution to the wind by investing all our time, energy, and money into our new home. Lucky for us, the wind is free, and we have all the canvas to create quite the masterpiece. In order to truly enjoy the fruits of all our labor, we'll need to learn how to adjust more than just our sails. Life is now. There was never a time when your life was not now, nor will there ever be. Even though we're sailing pretty fast for our 1984 Pearson 530 catch, we're learning to live slow, in rhythm with flow.
It's blowing 5. We're doing 6.
When we make strategic adjustments to our sail plan, it has the potential to propel us into an earlier arrival.
Tack's gonna float like far away. I know, over there.
Between Max's lifelong racing repertoire and my innate ability to attune to the new noises of our boat baby, we embrace the process or journey rather than stressing over the final product, our daunting destination. The waxing moon illuminated Lake Erie. For lack of a better word, why does it feel so eerie? Then we realized the date. Not gonna lie, we all felt pretty spooked. I swear, we saw a floating house in the middle of the lake. As we pointed towards Port Colborne, we may have started celebrating just a bit too soon.
Cheers!
Now, how to check into Canada at the very last minute. We've come a long way for only just splashing our boat 8 days ago. Not to mention, we're navigating at night, dodging giant ships, and quickly approaching port. Word on the water is that Canadians are known to be nice, and the check-in process followed suit. We use this app called ArriveCan to upload our documents. Easy breezy lemon squeezy. Safely snug as a bug in Sugarloaf Marina, our next task is locking down the Welland Canal operation. We did attempt some research regarding this route, but the information online wasn't totally clear. Turns out, pleasure crafts can only enter on certain days and require a reservation. As you could have guessed, we missed the window. So now we're stuck in Canada for 3 whole days while we wait for the next opening on Tuesday. The irony of this fast-paced passage was that it actually forced us to slow down and also presented the magical opportunity to explore somewhere brand new.
We're currently on the Maid of the Mist. Maid of the Mist. Yeah, look at that. Just epic. Absolutely epic. Don't go chasing water bugs.
Wherever you are, be there totally. If you find your here and now intolerable and it makes you unhappy, you have 3 options. Remove yourself from the situation, change it, or accept it totally. We acknowledged our fate and leaned into traveling in unconventional ways. We may look like tourists sometimes, but trust me, we're travelers now. By that I mean, step 1, arrive by boat into Canada. Step 2, take a taxi into the United States, where we said sayonara to 2 of our crew.
We just gave this guy our passport. What's your name? Abdul.
Step 3, walk back into Canada via the Rainbow Bridge with passports stowed in my fanny. The customs officer was quite confused when he saw us coming his way. He cocked his head and said, "Definitely don't see this every day." Eh? Feeling grounded and revived after our field trip, we savored the opportunity to seriously stop and smell the flowers. Through my artist eye, I couldn't help but notice the contrasting colors between land and water, and the stark juxtaposition of overstimulation. Versus the total tranquility of being out at sea. Land life really startled me. Our DIY floating home gave us plenty of ways to entertain ourselves over the next 3 days later. The time has come and we cannot afford to mess this up. We spun the boat around the night before our scheduled departure time to prepare for a seamless head start into the first lock. Unfortunately for me, that's not exactly how it went down. Alas, we didn't catch this exact moment on camera, so you'll have to use your imagination. There's truly nothing like falling into the freezing cold Canadian water first thing in the morning while attempting to push the boat off the dock. It's certainly one way to wake up.
Morning. Morning. What's on the menu?
Breakfast burritos.
Breakfast burritos?
I have some jalapeno bacon from the farmer's market.
Farmer's market bacon? What?
Rice and beans.
Rice
Hot.
and beans, hot.
Eggs.
Farmer's market eggs?
Mm-hmm. And they're unwashed, so we can just keep them out, which is sweet.
Unwashed eggs don't take space up in the fridge.
Since we left bright and early, we are well on our way to hopefully clear all 8 locks today. Got the green light. On average, it should take around 10 hours. But who knows, it's always something. Waiting on some linesmen to catch our lines. Nobody's here. Handing over the mic to Max to move us through the locks from his mechanical mind.
Before the Welland Canal was originally finished in 1833, Lake Ontario was essentially landlocked. You obviously can't take a boat over Niagara Falls, even though that one lady did go over in a barrel. So they built this canal to connect Ontario and Erie, which opened up the whole Midwest to the East Coast. And around the same time, they made the Erie Canal to make the trip even shorter and more direct to New York. Both canals were hand dug in the early 1800s. We were locking down here, as they call it. It's kind of funny. On average in the Welland, 20 million gallons of water flow in and out of each lock when raising or lowering a ship. And yes, the Welland is all gravity, no pumps. It's pretty freaking wild. There's a big door at each end. One closes and one opens. They definitely leak though. Like, what if, right? Locking down is pretty uneventful, even on these large locks. Some of the drops in the Welland are over 40 feet. We'll go more into these crazy systems a bit when we hit the Erie and we have to go up and down through the Catskills. Just a few hot lock tips to make your life easier. Boat poles and boat poles. I wouldn't worry so much about the bumpers. It's nice to have 3 people, one driving, one at each end of the boat. In the Welland, they provide you ropes like that. In the Erie, you have to provide your own, sometimes. It's tricky. But it's all pretty copacetic.
If you've struggled with being present in the past, we have the perfect solution. Just confine yourself to a boat. You'll have no choice but to enjoy the journey. How we doing, Nick?
Great.
After an all-day affair on deck, we sailed into the next Great Lake, Ontario. All thanks to the legends who dug this epic canal. Thanks for watching and subscribe if you want to vibe. Love you guys.